So today we're going to be talking about probably one of the shots that we see on TV that we love to see but can't hit ourselves, and that's that low stinging punch shot that goes 200 meters, 250 meters down the middle of the fairway. Looks absolutely amazing because the ball stays so low. And when you're playing in windy conditions, sometimes you need to be able to pull this shot out. But then all of a sudden you go to the driving range and you try to make it happen, or you're on the golf course and you get this low roping hook shot that ends up in the bush, and you're in a worse situation than when you started. So we're going to run you through the things that you need to think about to hit a low stinger so that you can go to the driving range, practice it, and then when you head out to the golf course, you're going to give yourself the best chance possible to hitting it. So what are the 4 things that we need to do? The first thing that I'm going to say to you is aim slightly left. Now, why do we need to aim slightly left? Well, it allows us to open up our body a little bit more at the point of impact and allows us to keep the handle ahead of that club head a little bit more at impact. If we don't open up the stance and we close ourselves, well, we're generally putting ourselves in a situation where that club face is going to turn over and we're going to hit that low hook. So remember, rule number 1, aim at your target, set yourself parallel to your target, and let's just open that stance a little bit more. The second thing that I need you to do is you need to shift that pull position a little bit further back. So if you're normally hitting a driving iron and we're setting up into this position here and it's at the front of our stance, well, we're going to shift that ball position a little bit further back, more towards the middle of our stance. That's going to help us or create what we would call a more descending angle of attack. Now, if we've got the ball position in the middle a little bit more, we want to make sure that the handle stays ahead of that club head as well. So just remember, get the handle a little bit further forward. And then the final thing that you need to understand when you're doing this is to hit down on the golf ball a little bit more than what you're used to. But because the ball position's back a little bit more and the handle position's a little bit further forward, you're going to be able to do that a little bit more effectively. But I've got to hint at one key thing here. The opening up of the stance is extremely important because it allows you to clear through the golf ball just that little bit more. So here we go, handle position in the right place, into the middle of the stance. We're going to open the stance a little bit more, and then from there we're just going to simply hit down on the golf ball and make sure that we clear with our hips just like we normally do with our swing, but because the hips are open, it's going to clear it open a little bit more, which is then going to give you a little bit more control of the club face to stop closing it down and hitting what we would call the little duck hook. Voila! Low stinging shot. Looks great on TV, looked great out here on the driving range. Put those 4 things into play and I'm sure you'll start to get that ball flight you're looking for, and it's going to go down the middle of the fairway instead of left into the bush. Try that one out. Make sure you comment down below, like, subscribe, and share as well.